I'm Travis Fuller, and I'm the venture executive for the polypropylene growth project for ExxonMobil. Long before we decided to bring this growth project to the Baton Rouge area, we had meetings with the state of Louisiana, LED, the city of Baton Rouge, and the surrounding area, and it was obvious to us that they really wanted to bring the growth project here to Baton Rouge. Early on, the project adopted a new technology that we think will give us a competitive advantage with the venture, and it's virtual reality. We took this virtual reality and tied it together with our 3D model of the facility, and it gave us the opportunity to look at things like constructability, the maintenance of the equipment, ingress, egress points in case we had an emergency, before we even engineered the site, and long before we will even buy the equipment and bring it to site. One of the early modules that we're building now is the rigging and lifting of equipment. So we have some pieces of equipment on this project that weigh over 260 tons. They're 150 feet tall, and we can go out and simulate with the virtual reality modules that were built by Fast Start, lifting that equipment before the equipment even arrives at site. That's going to make for a much more efficient construction project and a higher quality installation of that equipment.
I'm Paul Hilton. I'm the Executive Director of LED Fast Start. We're very excited to be part of this partnership with ExxonMobil. It's allowing us to do things that we had explored previously, but really didn't have a project to put this against. So this allows us to really jump in with both feet and expand our capacity and capabilities, not just to service Exxon, but to also service companies across the state. So when we look at the different things that we can do, augmented reality was one of those pieces that, again, we were experimenting with, but this was something that we had found a lot of excellent avenues for. When you traditionally think of augmented reality or virtual reality, you think of game development. You don't necessarily think of manufacturing, but manufacturing really lends itself to the augmented reality and virtual reality environment. For augmented reality, we're actually creating modules that take P&IDs, which traditionally in training is just a piece of paper with lines on it, and the operators would trace with highlighter markers. In this case, we're actually taking that P&ID and having the plant pop up out of that P&ID, and the operators can actually see the actual plant itself, and they can operate the plant all from that piece of paper. With virtual reality, we're taking specific tasks that may be a little dangerous or maybe a little critical to be able to actually do in real life, but they can practice it over and over and over until they actually have that proficiency with that skill because they're practicing that in a safe environment.
I'm Koila LaFleur, and I'm a manufacturing IT architect with ExxonMobil. I was very excited about getting engaged in the PP2 growth project because it gave me an opportunity as a global manufacturing architect to connect what we're doing with our digital strategy across the world to this local initiative to partner with the state, with community partners, and with local IT vendors to really grow the technology sector while we're growing our manufacturing business here in Baton Rouge. So I was able to connect my colleagues in Houston, who are real experts in immersive learning, with the local IT vendors so that what we develop here in Baton Rouge are aligned with our standards and our principles. And that way we could potentially leverage these solutions that we're developing for here in Baton Rouge at some of our other manufacturing locations worldwide.
Hi, I'm Stephen Lloyd, the Executive Director of the Louisiana Technology Park. We're so excited about our partnership that we have with ExxonMobil. Because of our virtual reality modules that we're creating here at the Louisiana Technology Park, King Crow Studios and Pixel Dash Studios have both hired additional local talent here to work on these modules. It's an exciting time here, and our local companies are very excited that Exxon has chosen local companies to work on this project.
Hello, I'm Gerard Malonson. I'm the Vice Chancellor for Workforce Solutions here at Baton Rouge Community College. Baton Rouge Community College is very excited to be working with ExxonMobil and the partners to implement virtual reality training at VRCC. The beauty of VR is the simulation of the plant environment for our students. We can do everything that we can to simulate the work expectations of a plant environment, but we can never replicate the pressures, the the safety-related risks that are working in a plant environment in a classroom or lab setting. So VR is a great tool to simulate that for our students, so they're going to be ready day one when they walk at a variety of plant settings in their future.